Hola Amiguis! I'm Mariijose. You might know me from my other YouTube channel with Tio Ventura, but if you don't, I'm a makeup artist that lives full-time in her school bus. For today's video, I thought that it might be fun if we got ready together. So I did this look while chatting with you, my friend. I share a little bit of why do I live in a school bus, how did I end here, and what is the next plan for us. So if you would like to get to know me a little bit more and also get to recreate this look, just keep on watching. From this to this. Okay friends, let's start. So I already did my brows out of camera because I have a video about everything you need to know about brows. So if you haven't watched that video, stop this one right now. It's gonna be somewhere here in the screen. Go and watch that one first so you can do your brows with me. But now, if you already watched that video, let's start with the eyes. I'm gonna put some concealer as an eyeshadow primer. This time I'm going to be using the Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. And this is in the color Vanilla. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics, the Kai Shadow and the Burgundy palette. It's an oldie but a goodie. I thought it might be fun if today we got ready. I cannot tell you what I'm doing, but let's talk. Let's get to know each other a little bit more. I'm going to be using the color Beach, and I'm gonna put it on my crease. I already mentioned it in my first video, which if you haven't watched, I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. But I'm from Venezuela. I moved to the United States in 2014. Big change for me from Merida, which was like amazing weather all the time, all year round. Had all my friends that grew up there. To Wisconsin, which was super cold, depressing gray weather for like almost 7 months of the year. So how sad is that? Without knowing anybody, because I went to school in Wisconsin for like English as a second language, but you know, those are people that like came for a little bit and then move, and they were like younger or older than me, so I didn't get to know a lot of people in my class. If you are going through some changes in like moving or visiting a different country, I don't know that you're not alone and it gets better. So after being in Madison for probably 6 months, I will say 6 or 7 months, my phone broke. And you probably will think, why it's this important here in the story? But my phone broke and I decided to go to Best Buy and see if they could fix it or if I could get a new phone, whatever. I walked to the store. There's gonna be a story time probably with Chase, so if you want to see that, let me know. I'll give it a thumbs up to this video so I know you want to see it. I went to the store. I walk in and there's this pretty handsome boy working there, and he helps me. He introduced it, Chase. So long story short, I left the store with a date, which was with Chase, of course. That day we went to have dinner together. He met my dad that day. It was pretty fast. With the same brush, I'm going to be grabbing the color Penny. It was kind of crazy. Since that day, we saw each other for like all the time. Like we will go lunch or dinner or whatever. And that's when my life changed. Like I was way happier. I was enjoying my job. I was enjoying my classes. I don't know. It was just totally different. He gave me like that push to just like see the bright side. After dating for a little bit, I find out, well, we both find out that he had to move back to Nashville. I was no down to go and have a long distance relationship. I didn't think it would work. I thought it was gonna be just like way too much, stressful for both of us. So I was like, nope, it's not happening. Chase was like, well, I want it to happen and I'm gonna do an effort in my side to make it happen. So I said, okay, cool. If you think that you can make an effort to come and see me and spend time together, I will do the same. I'm going to grab the color Almond from the palette. So that's what happened. We had a long distance relationship for like 6 months, another 6 months, I will say. We actually did make it work. Chase was so nice. nice. He will like leave work on Sundays, imagine, after work around 6 or 7. He will drive all the way to Madison, which was like 11 or 12 hours. We will spend like 1 or 2 days together max, and then he will drive all the way, go back to work. It was like insane, and we did that for a while. Of course, when I saw that he was doing like an effort to go and see me, I came and saw him like 2 or 3 times as well. I flew here, I met his family, and we made it work. If you have a long distance relationship, oh my god, how do you do it? Like, let me know. It was so hard. But finally, we start talking about, well, if we hate being apart from each other, what are we gonna do? Like, do you want to move together? Let's do it. And that's when we decided to move together. We found a house that we like. Now I'm going to grab the color brick. We found a house that we both like. I moved to Nashville and I came to live with Chase. Right away, I was like, okay, I'm going to look for a job that I enjoy. And what do I enjoy? I enjoy doing makeup. Let's try. I applied for Still Outer, and Still Outer is a big company, well known, and I got a call saying that they would like to interview me for a clinique position. It was a FaceTime interview, which I was freaking out because I was like, great, my English is not perfect. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm going to grab a little bit of the Do You in the Dew Drops by Mariijose. I'm going to apply a little bit in the middle of my lid. That same day or the next day, I'm not very sure, I got a call saying that they loved me and they wanted to offer me a job. I got a call from Belk offering me the job. I accepted and I worked there for 2 years. I learned so much working at Clinique. It was like a dream come true. I had so much fun. I loved the company. I loved the people that I work with. But Chanel was right in front of my counter and I was always like, you know, like anybody, wanting to grow and learn and be better at what you do. So I was like, I would love to work for Chanel. And that's where I met my boss now. As soon as they got an open position for Chanel, they offered it. I left Clinique at Belk to go to Dillard's. Oh my gosh. I learned so much. I didn't just like grow as an artist and with makeup, but I also in a personal and like work level. So it was great. I had so much fun there. So last year, it was my birthday. Chase got a call. It was in a conference call. And that's when he found out that his position was being removed and a bunch of people lost their jobs. So he had the opportunity to stay with the company, but like move to another store and kind of like the whole thing will change. So it was like, well, I guess it's time for me to move on and find something that I enjoy. That's how we saw it at the time, was like, well, probably just like we needed that push to start something different with our lives. I stayed at my job. Chase finished his time, and then that's when his dad came. And his dad showed us bus life, van life, like, and we're like, wow, that's so cool, but I don't think we will ever be able to do something like that. And then little by little, we continue watching, and we're like, you know what? We totally could make this work. I went to work one day. I was like, this is not my thing anymore. I'm ready for it. So I sent a text to Chase, and I was like, hey, let's buy a school bus. Since that text, 2 weeks went by, and we had a school bus. We have a video where we took you along with us to buy the school bus and how we pick it, and we tell you a little bit about this story. So I'm gonna leave it somewhere over here. Let's do some eyeliner. I'm going to be using the NYX waterproof retractable eyeliner. Let's do some mascara. I'm going to be using the Lancome Definiseals. We're gonna be putting fake lashes this time. I'm going to be using this time the Go Glam multi-pack. So I like to cut a tiny little bit from the back, but I'm going to cut just one little piece. I'm actually allergic to latex, so I use this glue. I don't remember the name because it's not there anymore. I bought that from Amazon, so if I find them, I'm gonna put the link down below. If you would like to see more a video focused only like in fake lashes, my favorites, how do I apply them, all of that, let me know down below so we can do that for you. Let's continue with the face while we talk a little bit more now that we're kind of done with the eyes. For primer, I'm going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. And because today I'm feeling extra glowy, I'm going to be using the True Match Lumi Glotion in the color 902 Light Glow. For foundation, I'm going to be using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the color True Beige. Let's shake it really good and let's put some drops in our face. I'm gonna blend it with my Real Technique sponge. We bought this school bus and I was still working full-time for Chanel. Chase was working full-time in the bus. I wanted to help, but I didn't have the time. So I will come after work and help out, painting or cleaning or whatever. So it was a very stressful time. I was like ready to be done. It was a time that Chase really enjoyed. Now every single time he has time, he's like looking for reasons to work on something else in the bus or a new project or whatever. We actually work really hard to try to finish as soon as possible. So we took 4 months to finish the whole conversion and plan our first trip to Maine. I think this foundation was a little too light for me. It's okay, we can fix it. Let's do some contour. I'm going to be using this Smashbox Shaping Foundation. So at the moment, school bus, the size that we pick, everything that we did, what seemed right. And that's a question that a lot of people ask me. Why do I live in a school bus? And truly, it's because the jobs that we were doing, the life that we were living, it was not what we saw ourselves doing for the rest of our lives. We barely were enjoying each other. We didn't travel as much as we wanted to. We were not saving as much money as we wanted to. It kind of worked out for us. It was like Chase's job changed. I decided to freelance for Chanel. That gave me a easier schedule, kind of like work whenever I can. That gave me the ability of enjoying more of the traveling, and that's what we're doing. Pretty much enjoying our life. I get a lot of questions if I would change anything about the bus, and truly at the time, going from a big house to a bus, it seemed like, wow, I'm gonna need more space. So we decided to go with a larger bus, which truly has worked great and amazing for us. But after living in it for almost a year, we realized that it's a lot of space and it's kind of hard to move around. We would like to explore outside the United States as well, and we think with a school bus with this size will be a little hard. Going smaller, it's a possibility. I don't know when it will happen, but we're keeping our minds open. If that ever happens, let you know. We will take you along with us as well. That makes me wonder, if you could live, or you live in a school bus or a van or whatever, what would you pick? Would you pick living in a school bus, van, or just in a regular house? Tell me about it. I want to know. Our next trip, we could talk about that. If you follow us already in our other channel, you might know that we are in Nashville right now because Chase got a remote job, which means a work from home job, but it's based in Nashville. We have to stay here in Nashville for a little bit to finish his trainings, which they are going to be done at the end of August. So we're planning on leaving first weeks of September. For powder, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier and Translucent. After doing the powder, I really enjoy doing a setting spray if I want a more like a dewy look. Let's do bronzer, and I'm gonna use this Clinique bronzer in the color Sunkiss. So that's the plan. Beginning of September, we're probably gonna go to Wisconsin, take you along and show you where we both met and what we used to do when we lived there. And then after Wisconsin, no idea where we're going. Where do you think we should go? Where would you like to see videos from? I'm not sure if Dose of Colors still have these, but they have great highlighters. If I find it, I'm gonna put it down below. I'm using the Dose of Colors highlighter in the color Soulmate. Another question that we get a lot is how we make money on the road, and we actually have full video of how we make money on the road. I'm gonna leave it on the screen as well. Oh, I love this highlighter. Let's do lips and then we're ready. Let's do this one. This is the Chanel Rouge Allure Ink in Serenity. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the MAC Double Time Pro Longwear Lip Pencil. And there you have it, friends. This is all for today's video. I hope you had fun. I had so much fun doing it. For a minute, I even forgot that I was recording, so I was just like there talking, giving you all the tea about what we're doing and what's happening. If you have any more questions for me and you would like to see a part 2 of this video, leave them down below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.